I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Shout out to you, Miss Niecy. Definitely appreciate it. I'm going to get to you, DC Precise, but I'm going to throw that up on the screen real quick, bro. I appreciate you. Shout out to Alonda. Yes. Believe it or not, in about a half hour after this stream, we're going to talk about that. But that's going to be on BLR2. So in order to get to BLR2, just make it easy for yourself. Watch this all the way through. It'll take you right in there. Hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button. We'll be talking about this pick that Kamala Harris made at a very interesting time of day on an interesting route to her speech or rally or whatever it is that she was going to do, right? Shout out to Tedra. Good to see you as always, Tedra. We got PJ Allen in the building. Shout out to you, bro. Good to see you. DC Precise, definitely appreciate you. The second stream sponsor. Make sure y'all show DC Precise some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat. DC Precise says this man on grind mode, and we appreciate it. Got to get on grind mode to even out when I be on lazy mode and I don't do nothing for months. You know what I'm saying? I gotta even it out. I gotta go hard in the paint for a minute because y'all know your boy might drop off for a little bit. So I got to make sure that I leave y'all with something, man. I definitely appreciate you funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Definitely appreciate it, bro. And shout out to Carlton Way. All right, so let's get into it, man. We're about to talk about this real quick. How many people are familiar with the politician Cori Bush? She's from St. Louis, Missouri. Very famous for the wise words, climate justice is racial justice. That's one of the things that she's famous for. She's become unpopular. She's become unpopular with some very shadowy, interesting, powerful individuals. Now, she has a competitor, all right? She has a competitor. However, there's some people that want to get her up out the paint. Now, what I want to do is I want to ask you guys this question. Who should be determining who the politicians are? Should it be the people who live in the voting district, the people who vote, or should it be lobbying interests in other countries? Should other countries who don't vote and have a citizenship here have influence over who our politicians are? If you feel that they should, give me a thumbs up and explain why you feel that they should. If you feel that they shouldn't and you feel that is extremely problematic, give me a thumbs down and let me know why you feel that way. Now, there is an individual who Cori Bush is running against. This individual that Cori Bush is running against is supported by these shadowy individuals that have a vested interest in trying to get Cori Bush out. Now, if you guys have seen any of my content about Cori Bush, I'm not a Cori Bush fan. However, I'm not a fan of this process either, because this process creates a lot of situations like what we're dealing with right now. What do I mean by that? We're going to get into it, all right? We're going to take a look at this video right here. Now, it says voters to decide Congressional District 1 race. Bush versus Bell. Cori Bush versus Wesley Bell. Keywords here, voters to decide. Voters to decide. I'm going to get through this, and then we're going to ask the question, is it truly the voters who are deciding? Let's go.
This is a race making national headlines. So as you guys mentioned, you've got incumbent Congresswoman Cori Bush facing off against St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell. Not only is this a historic race, it is also an
Hey, we're gonna be tearing down safe injection sites in no time. We're going to be tearing down safe injection sites in no time and building prisons in the suburbs. Hey, shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure you guys show Brooklyn Queen some love, matching support for Blacklight Industrial. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure y'all show her some love, throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Silence! I ain't got no money, pa.
Yeah, we about to get them safe injection sites up out of here. Shout out to Miss Niecy. You know what I'm saying? With the ducats, definitely appreciate it, Miss Niecy. With this money right here, we could probably definitely get a couple daycare centers out of the suburbs. And we could probably put abortion clinics up in there. You know what I'm saying? If y'all down with that, you know what I'm saying? Throw some flames in the chat. Definitely appreciate it. Miss Niecy says, doubling down for you. You know I'm very grateful. Make sure y'all show Miss Niecy some love.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Definitely appreciate it. Scylla T, welcome to the stream. If you guys haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment and hit that bell.
Expensive one. So we want to break this race down for you here this morning. It most certainly is going to be driving people out to the polls. So Bush versus Bell might turn out to be just the most expensive congressional primary campaign in the United States.
Now, mind you, pay very close attention to that. They said the most expensive congressional campaign in the United States. They said that this could be the most expensive. Now, let me ask you guys this. Why would this be the most expensive, and who would be getting the majority of that funding that's making this so expensive? Better question, who's going to be paying all this money, and why is this so important?
Yesterday, Bell was seen FaceTiming with voters while working the lunch crowd, while Congresswoman Bush was canvassing neighborhoods out in the heat, the two making their final arguments in person. There's a group called Ad Impact, and they track campaign spend.
Now, look at this. Bowman versus Bush, or I'm sorry, Bowman versus Latimer, $25.4 million spent already on this. Bell versus Bush, $18.2 million spent on this.
They're reporting this is the second most expensive congressional primary race in history at $18.2 million, behind only the New York race, where Bush ally and fellow progressive squad member Jamal Bowman lost last month. But with Missouri's first district being heavily Democratic, the winner of today's primary is expected to have a strong chance of securing victory.
Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many people have been paying attention to this? What am I talking about? What have you guys been paying attention to? I'm asking you guys how many people have been paying attention. It's like somebody is just coming through, picking off squad members. The squad getting picked off one by one. It's almost like a horror movie. It's almost like Scream. Turn around, Bowman ain't there no more. Turn around, Rashida Tlaib ain't there no more. Turn around, AOC ain't there no more. Y'all notice that? Shout out to NY State of Mind. What's good with you, bro? Shout out to Tedra. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure you guys show Tedra some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Tedra for funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Shout out to you, Tedra. Definitely appreciate it. Y'all killing it. If y'all haven't smashed that like button yet, make sure that you guys take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share this stream to your social media. All right. So how many people has noticed that the squad and, you know what I'm saying, some of the other people, even the Congressional Black Caucus, they getting got at, people coming at them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Torian Rain. What's good with it, bro? Torian says, what do you think of that horror mask, Valentina Gomez? Oh, she's a clown, bro. She's a clown. Isn't that the clown that tried to sit there and say that Juneteenth was ratchet? You know what I'm saying? She's only one potato chip away from having all of her clothes fit and make her look like she's a human pear. She better be careful. You know what I'm saying?
In the November general election.
I am the people I serve. You know, I have been in so many of the same situations that a lot of people in our district have.
My man Quat Man in the building. What up with it, Quat Man? Quat Man said, but they aren't strong because they don't really stand for anything. I agree. Cori has done nothing for FBAs except for yell every time she gets a chance and say ridiculous stuff that makes no sense. I agree 100%. Like Bowman. So if they go, so they can go if they don't rep us either. Yeah, I agree, right? I don't disagree. However, I think it's worth paying attention to the factors of what's eliminating these people. The factors of elimination. Why do I think that the factors of elimination are important? One reason, because I feel that the people who live in the community or who live in the country, whatever, should be the ones controlling their politics. And we've seen this kind of stuff before. You know what I'm saying? We've seen this kind of stuff before.
Have faced, you know, I'm speaking loud. I'm standing up for those who are oftentimes overlooked and most marginalized in our communities.
This region's been dying a slow death, losing population. Our educational systems have been struggling. We've been losing jobs. And those are the things that we've been focusing on.
pulls open in less than an hour here at 6 this morning. They will stay open until 7 tonight. Reporting live here in Bridgeton this morning, Laura Simon, Fox 2 News.
Now, I'm not sure exactly what happened. It sounds like this might be over. If anybody could do a quick Google search real quick and let me know who won this, if it was Bush or Bell, I would definitely appreciate it. And the reason why is because we're going to take a look at some of the tactics that was used. We're going to take a look at some of the tactics that was used, because the tactics that were used are important. And like I said, we've seen these kind of things occur before. You know what I'm saying? We've seen these kind of things occur before. All right. So this is an article here about Cori Bush. All right. And it's an old article. All right. This article is from February 18th of 2024. Now, there's a reason why Cori Bush is facing a difficult primary, and it was acknowledged by the mainstream media. Before I put this up on the screen, what is it that you think caused Cori Bush these issues? Shout out to my man AB Promotions. What's good with it, bro? What is it that y'all think could have possibly caused Cori Bush these issues? Was it something that she didn't support? Something that she did support? Was she cool with the wrong person? What about the other people? Does she have anything in common with the other people that have been picked off? Because other people have been picked off. Make sure you guys throw some flames and some radiation emojis in the chat for NY State of Mind and for Quat Man. That's it. That's exactly it. Now, is it the voters who's going to be expressing that, or is it extra political interests that's going to be expressing that? Yeah, see, they picking them off one by one. Got, you know what I'm saying? Political sniper. Pew, pew, one by one. Yeah. Now, let me ask you guys this. What do you all think about other countries having heavy political influence and being able to move or remove politicians here in the United States that operate in the United States but represent them in the United States? Does anybody see a problem with that? If you see a problem with that, then give me an angry face. If you don't see a problem with that, then give me a thumbs down in the chat. All right. Cori Bush faces difficult primary amid Democratic rift over you know who. You know what I'm saying? Representative Cori Bush, one of the most prominent progressives in the squad, which the squad, like I said, the squad is under attack, is facing a challenging re-election bid over her stance on the you know who Gaza conflict. A poll this week found Bush lagging significantly behind prosecutor Wesley Bell in the primary for Missouri's 1st congressional district, and recent financial statements show she's at threat of being outraised by him as well. Now, let's talk about the financials. Who's creating that difficulty of being outraged or outraised? Yeah. I mean, you know, it is fair game. You know what I'm saying? The U.S. does it in other countries, but as people here in the United States, how do you like other countries having more influence over your elections than what you got? Shout out to Carlton. Make sure y'all show Carlton some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Carlton. We got to hit Carlton with the player. With the player, you know what I'm saying? The $3 holla.
I'm an old Mac from way back. One of the original players from the Himalaya.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Hey, Carlton said, I meant to send this to Mr. Beast. Refund, please. Hey, I don't know if I can give you a refund, but we can make you rich with emojis. Why don't y'all make Carlton NFT rich and throw some money bags and some dollar bills in the chat? Oh, man. Shout out to Quat Man. Quat Man said, it's wrong for them to do it, but I think that them folks must be reined in by talented leaders. Them folks will be funded. It's too important to us, but they coming to end of their rope too. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that, bro. I wouldn't disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think and honestly, we're talking about this, but I think that a lot of these people here in this voting district, bro, I don't even think they have a clue about what's going on. They don't know nothing about none of this. Some of them might. I shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Don't want to, talk down on them or anything, but I don't think a lot of them really know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Bush has gone so far as to paint herself as the underdog in the race to her constituents. All right. Her formidable primary challenge comes as her positions on the Middle East have upset many establishment Democrats, leading to a growing national effort to unseat her in the early August race. So now, again, we got to ask the question, well, why are the established Democrats so triggered by her position? Shout out to AW1. What's good with it? Jerome in the house. Why are the establishment Democrats so triggered by her position? Do that make any sense? Mark Mellman, CEO of Democratic Majority for them folks, said Bush is even more vulnerable today. So they've been monitoring her. And look at this. Look at the name of this company, Democratic Majority for them folks. I mean, you clearly see who the priority is. They're operating in the United States, and it's clear to see that their priority is not even USA. You know what I'm saying? It's clear to see that their priority is not even the USA. Due to her resistance to the party's pro-them folks approach to the conflict following October 7th, he counts Bush among several progressives who are not safe in their quest for another term in Congress. So I want you guys to understand what's going on here. Another country is determining who's not safe in our elections. How is that okay? How is that okay? Who's okay with that process? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Cameron. Cameron says they have captured our government by banks. Yeah, I would agree. If you guys agree with Cameron, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, then give me a thumbs down. I would agree 110%. Not even just by banks. I would say by tech, by influence, loans, allegiances with other countries, information. Honestly, I think it would be safe to go as far as to say that the United States is heavily compromised to the point I really don't know if people can trust anything that they see as it pertains to what goes on in the government. Here's my question. If they're doing this like this with this particular situation in broad daylight, if they're doing this like this with this particular situation in broad daylight, what's going on behind the scenes with the presidential election? Or what has gone on behind the scenes with the presidential election? I would not disagree with that at all. Shout out to Cameron. If you guys agree with Cameron, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Cameron says at some point, we need to realize that money is fake. And if we reject it, they are powerless. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. If you guys haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. Also, please share the stream to your social media. If you haven't joined the Discord, hit that link that's pinned in the chat. If you're on Rumble or Twitch, make sure that you follow me on Rumble and Twitch. All right. So now here it says part of the reason that people don't follow them is they think that their ideas aren't necessarily good ideas, and they think the politics is not smart, Melman said. The recent survey conducted by the GOP-leaning Remington Research Group showed Bush behind Bell by double digits in the high-profile contest. Did anybody find out if they counted these votes yet or not? The firm found Bell with a 22-point lead among 401 primary voters earlier this month. For Bell, the prosecuting attorney for St. Louis, the apparent surge of support tracks with what his camp believes is enthusiasm for a more pragmatic alternative to represent the blue district in Congress. This poll validates what we've known for a while, Bell told The Hill on Thursday. We have the momentum in this race because voters in the first district want a representative who is a bridge builder. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Is this guy a little bit full of himself? Or does he actually not know what's going on? Shout out to Win, Lose, the Rug. What's good with it, bro? That's the real question. Okay. Without mentioning Bush by name, Bell's comments reflect a frustration that has dodged the Congresswoman's brief House tenure. Moderate Democrats often have dismissed her as out of alignment with where the party is under President Biden, who won by campaigning as a consensus candidate. Republicans have, in turn, gone much further, painting her as one of the most extreme and divisive members of the Democratic caucus, evoking her activism on police reform and criminal justice as main points of contrast, and now turning their attention to the war in Gaza. Now, I want you guys to pay very close attention because these same things that they're using to discredit Cori Bush, we've heard these before. These are some of the same things that they're saying about Kamala Harris, which is why Kamala Harris is walking all of her talking points back. And as we see her moving politically, she's moving to the middle politically. Okay? She's trying to avoid susceptibility to these attacks that Cori Bush is dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says voters want someone who offers steady, grounded leadership in these very difficult times, Bell said. Chappelle Nadal, a former state lawmaker, is also running in the primary. Bush's challenges grew after the Hamas attacks on Israel. Facing immense global devastation, Biden and many Democrats rallied in support of Israel against the Palestinian terrorist group. While also denouncing Hamas, a small faction of progressives struck a markedly different tone than Biden and their moderate counterparts in Congress over actions by the Israeli government towards Palestinians in Gaza. Okay. Bush, who gained notoriety in Missouri as a quote-unquote civil rights activist during the 2014 Black Lives Matter movement, has been, look at this, she's been among the most outspoken in favor of Palestinian rights and against some retaliatory actions by the Israeli military. Now, I want you guys to pay very close attention to Cori Bush and look at how she's hustling backwards. Cori Bush is willing to go up there and act a complete fool at risk of being targeted by these high-profile J organizations and possibly losing her job to bang like a blood in a crip for Palestine. And she won't say a word about reparations unless she can twist it in to some type of policy that she wants. And she's no different than any of these other people. I'm not familiar with this Bell guy, but I would not be surprised if Bell was the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him, so I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, put that on him without doing no research. As things come, we'll find out together, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's no different. Because when do we ever see anybody different? When do we ever see anybody that's different? Shout out to Carlton, hustling in the wrong direction. Facts. She doing some of those strange flexes. You know what I'm saying? She doing some of them strange flexes. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says she has strongly advocated for a ceasefire, a non-starter for many Democrats mourning the loss of 1,200 Israelis, and has lobbied to make certain U.S. aid to Israel conditional. She has used the verbiage ceasefire now in office while running for re-election. While Bush has faced an onslaught of detractors, her supporters have also pushed back against what they see as a concerted effort among some pro-Israel political figures to oust her. All right, so she got people in the background. We about to get you up out of here. Now, check this out. They mentioned Tim Black by name in this article. Tim Black a left-wing podcast host and commentator, sees her calls for a ceasefire as the reason Bell's campaign is gaining visible traction. Now, I find it interesting that they quoted Tim Bell, or I'm sorry, I find it interesting that they quoted Tim Black for saying that. They quoted Tim Black for saying that so that they could cover and them not say that, right? Because if they were to say that, then we'd have to go back and ask, well, then why did y'all get rid of Breonna Joy Gray? Right? See, so we got to find somebody who said something. And if we believe or agree with what they said, we'll just slap it on them and say this person said it so that we don't have to deal with the backlash. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Nisi. Miss Nisi said FBA's never had representation in the government, period. I agree. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Okay, shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said the Democrat polls close at 8 p.m. today. I'll be interested to see who wins. Let me ask y'all this. Based on what we're listening to and hearing right now, who do you guys think is going to win? You guys think Cori Bush is going to take it, or you guys think that this other guy is going to take it? Tell him, Carlton. Tell him, Carlton. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if y'all agree with Carlton, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Yeah, I agree with you, Volvo. I think Bell. With the money machine behind Bell, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all have not smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit that bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. Share the stream to your social media, and make sure that you watch all the way through to the end and hit the bell and the like at the end when you get taken to the next stream. All right. So now here it says those statements have angered supporters of that particular country, and now the money is flowing for her challenger. Isn't that interesting? How did that happen? What's the breakdown of events that caused that to occur? Some progressives like Black see parallels between Bush's race and what happened in former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner's Cleveland congressional bid against Representative Shontel Brown. Okay, so now you got to ask this question: when are people going to learn? You know what I'm saying? When are people going to learn? Like Carlton says, stay. You know what I'm saying? Stay out the business. You ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, go hard for the right thing. Go hard for the right thing. This is hustling backwards. Money was dumped into Nina Turner's special election and Shontel Brown to the tune of millions at the close of the race, Black said. Like Bush, Turner has been outspoken about the Democratic response to Israel and the treatment of the Palestinian people. And this is more proof that money talks. Politics is pay for play. All game is fair game. Politics is pay for play. All game is fair game. We seeing it right here in practice. You know what I'm saying? Wesley Bell doesn't have much of a platform, he said. The only policies I can be sure he supports is Israel continuing to bomb Gaza. You think that's why he's getting support? Justice Democrats, which helped recruit Bush, is spotlighting what organizers see as Bell's proximity to groups that also have ample financial support from Republicans. Okay? So again, pay for play. This is the bipartisan thing. These are business moves. I try to prove this, guys. I try to prove this to you guys every time we do a live stream. The direct connections. So I want people to pay attention to the things that you're hearing about how to go about these things, and then the actual mechanics of how they get done. Karen, shout out to Karen. Karen got it. Follow the money. The biggest bag will determine the outcome. Always. 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 Literally, that is always the winning formula. We're looking at it right here. You know what I'm saying? Usama Andrabi, its communication director, said that Bell is one of several primary challengers who have become nothing more than a vehicle for GOP megadonors to influence Democratic primary elections. Andrabi was referencing the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, the AIPAC. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How much influence should this organization have on American politics. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Quad Man. Quad Man said the problem with these bootlicks is that they can't make 90% of their platform opposing Israel and defending immigrants. Their rhetoric needs to be mostly about Americans in America. Yeah. Yeah. Which has supported Republicans and Democratic candidates with its affiliated super PAC, United Democracy Project, and has become a target of progressives railing against contributions from some wealthy Republican donors. A spokesperson for AIPAC told The Hill that the group supports Bell's primary campaign. Well, we know what his primary campaign is. We know what his, okay, well, by that logic, all right, got that down, Pat. We know what his primary campaign is. Huh. We know what his primary campaign is. Then what's his primary campaign? Probably basically to let them folks do whatever they want, and he'll just support it with a vote. That's probably the policy. We proudly endorse Wesley Bell, who is a strong advocate for the U.S.-Israel relationship, said Marshall Whitman, in clear contrast to his opponent, who represents the extremist anti-Israel fringe. All right, so they're using all the language. Bush's position regarding Israel have become a point of contention with her caucus on Capitol Hill and have carried over to the campaign trail, where Bell and his allies have sought to create distance from his rival. Okay. Bush voted alongside Representative Rashida Tlaib against a recent House bill that would specifically prevent members of Hamas and other related terrorist-affiliated groups from coming to the United States, arguing that the groups are already banned and that the bill is therefore extraneous. So, I mean, this is just this is just crazy to me. This is backwards. They voted against a bill that would prevent Hamas people from coming to the United States. Why would you do that? I mean, that's not even common sense. How many people are okay with that? If you're okay with that, give me a thumbs up. If you're not okay with that, then give me an angry face in the chat. It's just a couple of them voting by themselves on legislation, Melman said, about Bush and several fellow squad members who often band together as a progressive coalition. Bush and other left-wing lawmakers also voted against Biden's bipartisan infrastructure bill, for example, which the president considers one of his biggest first-term successes. They don't have a lot of followers on Capitol Hill, Melman argued. Bush's position on issues such as, here we go, reparations, Medicare for all, and Green New Deal, stances that first helped her oust her 10-term Representative William Lacey Clay in a surprise upset in 2021, have nonetheless elevated her among close colleagues and constituents. Now, here's the question. How much progress has she made on them? How much progress has Cori Bush made on quote-unquote reparations? Now, I want you guys to pay very close attention because the article is actually accurate. The article said she used those things to elevate herself. This is one of the reasons why when I hear these politicians say this kind of stuff, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I got to see you do something. You know what I'm saying? I got to see you do something. So now here it says, in a show of solidarity with one of her biggest allies in the lower chamber, Bush invited Tlaib to kick off her re-election campaign in North Woods. Tlaib is the only Palestinian American in the House. While Bush has indeed alienated some pro-Israel supporters, including some within her own caucus, when they say some within her own caucus, let me ask y'all this. What do they mean? Shout out to Jesse Paris. What's good with it, bro? When they say within her own caucus, what do they mean by that? Within her own caucus. What is her own caucus? She has also built a considerable base among local elected leaders in St. Louis, including Mayor Tishara Jones. She's also backed by the Service Employees International Union, a powerful labor union. All right. Hassan Martini, who leads the progressive group No Dim Left Behind, is fervently backing Bush's campaign, noting that she won her last race by a landslide. The popular support on the ground, he argued, may not be evidenced by the Republican-backed firm's latest survey. In 2022, Bush beat out her opponent with a nearly 50-point margin, Martini said, arguing that the newest poll showing her trailing by double digits seems unlikely to represent the true feelings of Missouri voters. And how would they know? How would these people know what the true feelings of Missouri voters are? You know what I'm saying? How would they know? Democrats need to protect Bush. Sound like what they're saying about Kamala Harris, don't it? I'm just saying the talking points, it's all the same. It's always the same. And the spirit of that kind of progressive momentum, he argued. The GOP has everything to gain from shifting the Overton window in the Democratic policies, Martini said. When we go further right, it makes their extremes seem less crazy. That's why Republican research firms work to uproot inspiring progressive politicians such as Cori Bush. We should all be invested in preserving and continuing her legacy. I think the first person that should have protected and continued her legacy is herself. You know what I'm saying? I think she should have been the person that did that. Now, mind you, this article was from February 18th. Okay. This article right here is from just a couple of days ago. Okay. This article right here is from a couple of days ago. Now they for real got her in the crosshairs. Yeah, it would have been a different story if her legacy included, you know what I'm saying, making some progress with reparations. But all she did was wear reparations like a label, and then all she does is just put that on her resume like she's doing something, and that's it. Don't nothing ever get done. That's not cool. People gotta like really pay attention to politicians doing that, because a lot of politicians out here doing that. That's why anytime I hear that, I'm like, I see what you're talking about. I gotta see what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see what you're talking about. I ain't really trying to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really trying to go off no speculation. I gotta see what you're talking about. All right. So let's check this out real quick. I'm gonna pull this up. Give me a second, y'all. While y'all doing that, if y'all haven't hit the like button yet, please take a moment, hit that like button. Also, if you guys haven't shared the stream, please take a moment, share the stream, hit that bell, and subscribe to the channel. All right. A pro-Israel super PAC helped defeat one squad member. Now it's going after another, Cori Bush. So they coming for her. They coming for your head. They coming for her head. Now, what I'm curious about is, I get it that people don't like Cori Bush. I'm not a big fan. I'm even less of a fan of foreign entities that prioritize foreign affairs having direct power and impact in American politics, because that means that in many cases, like we see, the foreign priorities can get prioritized over us. Yeah, I gotta agree. Shout out to AB Promotions. AB Promotions said these nanos are out of pocket. Facts. If y'all agree with AB Promotions, these nanos way out of pocket, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Yeah, they way out of pocket, bro. This is wild. You know what I'm saying? A pro-Israel super PAC helped defeat one squad member. Now it's going after another, Cori Bush. All right. A deep-pocketed pro-Israel super PAC that helped defeat one member of the congressional group known as the Squad is now pushing to oust another, Missouri Democrat Cori Bush. Bush of St. Louis has been a vocal critic of how Israel responded when attacked by Hamas in October, calling the Israeli retaliation an ethnic cleansing campaign. And she was among the few House members who opposed a resolution supporting Israel. All right. So now they don't forget. They seen it. And there it is. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing. She boycotted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech before Congress last week, calling him a war criminal. All right. So, I mean, she did the most. She did the most. I don't really know if I really would have been doing the most. Actually, I probably can tell you I wouldn't have been doing the most. I think that we got two problems here. One problem is what AB Promotion said, that these nanos are out of pocket. And the other is Cori Bush, you're a little bit too flamboyant. You're a little bit too naive. How about dial it down a little bit and stay employed for a while? You know what I'm saying? Sit down, relax, take your coat off, stay for a little bit. Nah. We got to, man, we got to go full performance mode. Catch the spirit and all that. Now you're going to have to catch a classified ad and find a new job. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to have to catch a classified ad. When the paper boy drive past, make sure you got your receiver arm out, catch the newspaper, hit that classified ad, get your pencil out, get you a new job. That's what you're going to have to do. That's what you're going to have to do. I don't know if I would have done things the way that you did them. I wouldn't advise anybody to do things the way that she did them. But we're here. And there's no going back. You know what I'm saying? We're here. We're at the last frontier. You know what I'm saying? And there's no going back. The American Israel Public Affairs Committee, Super Political Action Committee, United Democracy Project has spent more than $8.4 million to unseat Bush in her August 6th Democratic primary against St. Louis County prosecuting attorney Wesley Bell, according to federal campaign finance records. So they're not playing. They hit her with $8.4 million. They hit her with $8.4 million. They're going to do what they can to make sure that that ad money is effective. AIPAC's quote-unquote grassroots members are proud to support, look at this, strong pro-Israel progressive Democrats like Wesley Bell. So now this is what the policy is. This is the only requirement. All you got to do is have one thing on your resume. Let me ask you guys this question, and y'all can use an emoji to answer this. What's the one thing that you got to have on your resume? It's wild that they understand people psychologically the way that this kind of implies that they do. And they understand that there's a large amount of soulless cowards out there who will literally, you know what I'm saying, have absolutely no problem with selling themselves out just for, you know what I'm saying, a couple little drops in the bucket here or there. Like, it's just wild to me. It's wild to me. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy work. Okay. So now here it says the race points yet again to the complications in the war with the war in Gaza that it's caused for Democrats in this year's election, with core constituents at odds over how President Joe Biden's administration has responded. The disagreement has implications up and down the ballot and has already cost one incumbent his seat. United Democracy Project spent nearly $15 million against progressive U.S. Representative Jamal Bowman. Now, again, foreign entities are spending this amount of money to, you know what I'm saying, have an influence in American politics. Now, let me ask you guys this question. When these type of entities spend money on American politics, does that dilute your influence on American politics, or does it make your influence stronger? What does that do? What kind of effects does that have? I think that that's an important question. And shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. We got 39 people watching and we got 32 likes. If everybody could bang on that like button and get us to 70 likes, that'd be great. Also, if you guys haven't hit that bell yet, please take a moment, hit that bell. If you guys have done both already, then just throw some flames or some thumbs up in the chat. Let people watching on the replay know that you enjoy the content. Yeah, facts, Miss Nisi. It definitely destroys our influence. This is one of the reasons why this is a huge problem, despite the fact that this is going on with Cori Bush, somebody who never advocated at all. I shouldn't say never really advocated. The fact that we pick up on this and we see this is a huge potential problem. And honestly, this is something that people need to come to the United States and be like, yo, y'all got to stop with this mess. Y'all got to stop with this mess. You got to put a cap on how much money and influence y'all allowed to take from overseas entities. But they'll never do that. You know what I'm saying? They'll never do that. So now here it says, afterwards, AIPAC said the outcome of this race once again shows that the pro-Israel position is both good in policy and good politics, quote unquote, for both parties. I mean, that's a very confident statement. Bush, in an interview, said the donors behind AIPAC support former President Donald Trump and other Republicans. So even in being ganged up on, Cori Bush she's so one-dimensional and out of touch. Like you're so linear. That's what like when you're dealing with people and they're not multi-dimensional and they don't understand anything, and you're trying to explain things in a very detailed, colorful, and three-dimensional way, and they just don't get it. Let them understand that they don't get it. Just look at them and shake their heads and be like, and shake your heads and just be like, you're just so linear. You're just so linear. I can't even do anything with you. You're just so linear. You know what I'm saying? And then keep it pushing. Because that's what Cori Bush is, man. She's just so linear. She's sitting up here babbling about Republicans. Probably having a fit. Wake up, ding dong. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. So now here it says Bush, in an interview, said the donors behind AIPAC support former President Donald Trump and other Republicans. And again, they're a bipartisan organization. They're buying support for another interest. They're not part of this country, so they don't really care about the partisanship of the politics. They just want the end objectives. So they're willing to give the money out that they have to whoever they got, whoever, you know what I'm saying, willing to do the bidding. Shout out to the specialist. What's good with you, bro? Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Facts. And shout out to Cameron. She's taking cues from somebody. Facts. This is only the beginning, Bush said, because if they can unseat me, then they're going to continue to come after more Democrats. I don't know what happened, but did you miss Bowman getting unseated? Despite the onslaught of money, Bush says she's confident she has the support of St. Louis voters. They don't know that I've had this same belief, this pro-peace, pro-democracy, pro-diplomacy, anti-war, pro-humanity. I've been this person all along, Bush said. Okay. Soon after the Hamas attack on Israel, Bush wrote on social media that Israel's collective punishment against Palestinians for Hamas actions is a war crime. I strongly condemn Hamas and their appalling violations of human rights, she wrote. But violations of human rights don't justify more human rights violations in retaliation. Her comments prompted backlash even among some supporters in her district. Not long after that, Bell announced he was dropping his plans to run for Senate against incumbent Republican Josh Hawley and instead challenged Bush in the congressional primary. Now, somebody probably got a little envelope in a phone call. How many people think somebody messed around and got an envelope in a voicemail? If y'all think somebody got an envelope in a voicemail, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, give me a thumbs down. What they probably said is, here's the deal. You're not going to beat Josh Hawley. The people that put Josh Hawley in there like him. He's got a lot of support. Cori Bush is down bad right now, and she's not in line with the politics that we like. We could give you XYZ amount of money, and it's going to probably bring the probability very high that you'll win. You might not be a senator, but you'll have a position better than what you had before. You can take the money and we can make this work, or you can stay in the courthouse every day for 5 days a week. The choice is on you. They hit him with the cipher. They hit him with the cipher, and he said, well, I can't lose, but Cori can. So let me go ahead and take this money and let's ride this out. That's what I would not be surprised if that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened. Somebody in a hat and a trench coat knocked on his door. Can I come in? You know what I'm saying? Sit down. This is a nice living room that you got. Can I set my coat here? Okay, let's get it. You ain't running for senator against Josh Hawley anymore, because for one, if you do, you're not going to win. For two, we're going to make sure that you don't win. This is where we need you at. Now, you can either do it or you can stay prosecutor. I'm telling you, that's how they came at him. Now, I can't say that definitively. You know what I'm saying? I'm making an assumption. Okay. So now here it says her comments prompted backlash, even among some supporters in her district. Not long after that, Bell announced he was dropping his plans to run for the Senate against incumbent Republican Josh Hawley to instead challenge Bush in the congressional primary. Okay. Bell, like Bush, is black and was active in Ferguson, Missouri, after black 18-year-old Michael Brown was deleted by a white police officer in 2014, a shooting that helped launch the national Black Lives Matter movement. After being elected prosecutor in 2018, Bell reopened an examination of Brown's death, but found no grounds to charge the officer, Darren Wilson. That's interesting. So this is what they're working with right here. Shout out to David Brown. What's good with it, bro? So this is what they're working with right here. So you already know what time Darren Wilson is on, or we already know what time, you know what I'm saying, this dude is on. You know what I'm saying? How many people knew that he was the dude that did that? Bell, in an interview, said Bush's comments about Israel were wrong and offensive. Now, he says this, mind you, while dropping the ball on charging this officer. You know what I'm saying? She has accused the people who have been the target of the genocide and ethnic cleansing of doing that, which was just wrong, Bell said. Israel was attacked on October 7th by a terror state. They didn't attack military targets. They attacked people at a concert. They attacked women, seniors, children, deleted babies. Bell said the goal should be to work towards a peaceful resolution in the Middle East. Now, let me ask you guys this question. When they say, quote unquote, a peaceful resolution in the Middle East, what do they mean? They mean a peaceful resolution where the people that this organization supports is in control and doesn't really have to worry about anything. When they say a peaceful resolution, that's what they mean. It's kind of like freedom. When they say freedom, they basically mean, you know what I'm saying, nobody having anything so that W people can do whatever they want to do. That type of thing. You know what I'm saying? AIPAC isn't alone in seeking Bush's ouster. DMFI PAC, which supports, here we go, is another one. DJ Khaled, here you go, another one, which supports pro-Israeli Democrats, is funding ads on TV supporting Bell and Yasmin Ansari, an Arizona Democrat running in the primary to replace Republican Ruben Gallego. Okay. Conversely, nearly 24 progressive groups have come together to support Bush and other squad members. The coalition, called Reject AIPAC, includes Jewish peace organizations and Arab American and Muslim groups that have been organizing since the Israel-Hamas war began. So now I want you guys to pay very close attention. This is one of the reasons why these people bang for these organizations so much and they don't bang for us. Because when it comes to any one of these organizations, the J or the A organizations, they're on these people payroll. They're on these people payroll. So now Cori Bush is getting paid to say what she says. So you think she's gonna advocate anything for us? This is one of the reasons why we gotta check these people out and make sure, like, yo, if you attached to something weird, you know what I'm saying? If you getting like some funding from some weird organization, you know what I mean? Nah, bruh, we can't rock with you, man. We gotta put parameters on it. You only allowed to get about 10% of your funding from an organization. Now, here go my thing, right? This is where the smart hustle come in. Now that they know that she's getting targeted by AIPAC, if the people in St. Louis were politically organized, what they would do would be they will call a town hall meeting, bring Cori Bush there and say, now you sit down and it's time for us to do the talking. AIPAC got a lot of money coming on the table and they're going to try to get you out of there. We ain't trying to hear no nonsense. We ain't trying to hear no babbling. If you don't get us reparations in this term, we won't get up off the couch. you commit to us right now that you're going to do everything possible, including make yourself the target of all kind of attacks, the same way that you did for Palestine, to get our reparations on the table, and we'll make sure that we come out to vote for you and help you beat this opponent and AIPAC. That's what the people should do if the people was politically savvy. Because now you got a situation where we talking about my political life. If I don't have guaranteed support, they might buy me out. Now, if I know I got these people support, I might not have all the money, but I got this guaranteed amount of votes. But she's not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ronnie. What's good with you, bro? And shout out to Charles. And I got to agree. She's damaged goods. If you guys agree with Ronnie, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. And I agree. And I'll tell you what, not only are they fools for doing that, they're fools for crashing out on Palestine and not even like supporting us at all. I mean, they don't just support, they crash out. She's literally crashed out of politics. Skirt, boom. You know what I'm saying? Crashed right out of politics. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is chemically imbalanced stuff. You know what I'm saying? One group that is part of Reject AIPAC, Justice Democrats, has spent around $1.5 million on behalf of Bush in the primary cycle. Justice Democrat spokesperson Usama Andrabi called AIPAC's record spending in the New York race an all-out assault on democracy that was being repeated in Missouri. Yeah, I agree. But if the United States wanted this to end, then the United States would make it end. But they clearly don't want this to end. Yeah, facts. How many people agree with Charles? If y'all agree with Charles, Palestinians would never for our issues. Give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, then give me a thumbs down. I agree. Yeah, shout out to Miss Nisi. Repercussions for the wrong choices. Facts. This is another episode of Backwards Hustling. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tirani. Tirani said she'll be in Nigeria counting votes with Stacey Abrams. Yeah, she'll be in Pelican Bay with Denzel Washington. You know what I'm saying? Smelling like pine oil. Oh, man. You know what pine oil smell? That's what somebody needs to call Cori Bush's office. Is this the office of Cori Bush? Let me ask you something, sister. You know what pine oil smell like? That's what that's what somebody needs to call her and say. You know what I'm saying? Are we willing to let super PACs, lobbies, no matter what the interests they represent, purchase elections and congressional seats just because they have more money? I think that the answer to this has already been determined. We see this happening every day. This is the basis of the stuff that I be talking about, trying to connect this money so that people see exactly how this stuff is done. Now, mind you, if we're able to ever get this type of money and this type of political influence and be doing this kind of stuff, of course, the Rubik's Cube is going to move. Things are going to change a little bit, and we're going to have to find more workarounds because they're going to change the rules now that we're able to compete. They're going to try to change the rules to make us not be able to compete, but it'll be another hurdle that we've gotten over. You know what I'm saying? Or are we going to build a Democratic Party that actually reflects the needs and interests of everyday people? Bush also is getting moral support from several key Democratic congressional leaders. Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, House Minority Whip Catherine Clark, and Caucus Chair Representative Pete Aguilar are among those who have endorsed Bush. But the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee has stayed out of the Missouri race with no contributions listed for either Bush or Bell. All right, so make sure if when we follow up on this, anybody that sees tonight who the winner of this is, shout out to Vince. What's good with it, bro? Make sure y'all drop a comment and let us know who ended up winning the race. You know what I'm saying? We'll be able to do a little follow up on this. But I think that this is interesting. I think that this is dangerous. I think that we need to examine and pay very close attention to all politics to see what degree of outside tampering is going on. Because what we need to be able to do is we need to be able to have some type of accounting system to see exactly how many units of influence somebody is able to buy and how much more powerful each of those purchased units of influence are than an actual vote. Because that's a huge problem. Why they sitting up here talking about a threat to democracy, I got to ask y'all this. Is this right here a threat to democracy? I don't like Cori Bush, but if you ask me, if we're not going to say this is a threat to democracy, at the very least, this is passive election interference. At the very least. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys enjoyed that stream. Hopefully it was informative. All right. We are going to talk about the new choice of VP. Since Kamala Harris decided to pick her VP choice, I'm going to get that together real quick. It's going to be on BLR2, so we going to be over there. You know what I'm saying? Got more streams today. Don't move a muscle. Make sure y'all stay right here. Let it take you to the next stream. While you guys are doing that, I want to shout out the people who contributed. Man, this was a real short stream, and we had 6 stream sponsors. Definitely appreciate y'all. And like I said, y'all see how fast this stream was. I'm about to try to cut them down. Y'all about to start calling me TD Media Group, because I'm about to be on this like 45 minutes at the most, just so I could make more. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully y'all like it, and hopefully so that y'all can watch more of the entire stream. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Miss Nisi. Shout out to DC Precise. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to Miss Nisi again. Shout out to Tedra. Shout out to Carlton Way. All right. Make sure that you guys show them folks lots of love. Show them folks lots of love, because without them, we can't do this. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always,
walk up in this life. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour. Got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on my knee, that's on Kiwi, that's on mamas. Niggas don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that face. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Flexing for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this light. Hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey, I'm really him. Hold up.